Do you ever read a book and then, pointing to my TV, watch the movie that's made from the book? That is one of my very favorite things to do. And I recently did that with this book, After All These Years by Susan Isaacs. This is an older book, as in, it's not brand new. Let's see when it was written or published. 1993 was the original copyright. So what is that, 93? 32 years ago is when it was first published. But it holds up. It's really well. It's a really good book. It's well written. I'd never read anything by Susan Isaacs, but I'd heard of her. And I picked this up at a free little library. So let me just show you again. And I'm going to put a link to the book in the description below that you can, grab it on Amazon if you want to. But I found I'm such a weirdo. I like to research everything. I looked up the book to see if it had been made into a movie while I was reading it. Not, while I was actually reading it, but during the time I was reading it, because I'm a slow reader and it takes me, a week usually to read a book. And I read a little bit every night before I go to sleep. And sometimes during the day, but mostly at night. It just calms me down, and that's my quiet time for reading. So I found out there was a movie made from this book by the same name, After All These Years, and it starred Wendy Malick, who I really like. She was on Hot in Cleveland and, all kinds of shows. And so I thought, well, that's interesting. That's interesting casting. I'm going to have to watch that movie. So I found out where it was playing, and it was playing for free on several streaming services, like I think Roku, the Roku channel, maybe Sling TV. I'm not sure. I watched it on the Roku channel. It had some advertisements, but I don't care. It's a time to get up and use the bathroom or get a snack. I don't mind commercials. It's nice to also not have commercials, but anyway, I digress. But I wanted to just talk a little bit. The book was pretty racy in places. It was kind of, adult theme, but well done. It was very good. And it was a very suspenseful story, kind of a mystery, a whodunit. Somebody was killed, and then they had to find out who did it. And I didn't know. It took me till the end of the book when they revealed it to find out. Sometimes I can sort of figure it out, but I couldn't on this one. And so then when I watched the movie, they had changed all the characters' names for the most part. And that kind of threw me off because I had in my head the name of the person, and so then I had to figure out who was who. So, it was a little disappointing because the book did racy, and that isn't, why I liked it, but it was a good part of it, and it was well done, like I said. So it was totally different. The parts with any kind of adult theme were just not in the movie part of it at all, and they simplified the plot because it was kind of an extensive list of people, of suspects. So I enjoyed both the book and the movie, but as usual, the book was better. I've watched a few movies made from books that I liked the book better. That I liked the movie better. But usually the book is better to me. And I was just curious, what about you? Do you ever read a book and then either immediately afterwards or later watch the movie? Or maybe you watch a movie and find out it was a book first, and so you then read the book. I like the book to be the first thing I do, to read the book, because I really love reading, and I don't want it spoiled. I don't want to know what's going to happen. I just want to read it and find out as I go. I don't like to read reviews of books or movies or TV shows. I just want to watch it, and if I like it, great, I keep reading or I keep watching. If I don't like it, I stop. Because there are so many good books and movies and TV shows. I'm not going to watch or read something that I don't care about, that isn't well written, that isn't interesting to me, that isn't suspenseful or whatever. If it just doesn't grab me, I have no problem stopping and not watching or reading it. So I'd just like to know where you stand. Do you ever read the book, then watch the movie? Do you ever stop reading a book or stop watching a TV show or movie within 5 or 10 minutes because you just think, well, this is not anything I care about? I do, and I don't apologize for it. My time is valuable, and that's how I like to use it, is watching or reading something that I really care about and that interests me and that is entertaining. So let me know in the comments. I'd be curious to hear how you entertain yourself. Do you even read? Do you just watch movies and TV? That's okay, whatever. I love to read. If I had to, I would probably choose books over TV, but I watch a lot of TV too, because I love it. I'm easily entertained for the most part, and that's okay. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.